The leader of the Civic Platform announced that the only responsible power of the opposition could save the 500 plus because the government's current strategy poses a threat to the economy and thus to the program. In turn, during yesterday's conference, Tusk accused the government of ineffective actions in the fight against inflation. According to the head of the PO, our country could have passed through the crisis more gently. The opposition leader has made charges against the National Bank of Poland president, Adam Glapiński, in particular.
Wszystko na to wskazuje, że
Everything points to the fact that both these objective external circumstances and the disastrous policies of the National Bank of Poland and the government will lead us to this most dramatic moment. This, unfortunately, is a matter of only a few months at most. That is, a slowdown and perhaps a recession.
spowolnienia, a być może recesji.
Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki does not agree with Donald Tusk. In the opinion of the Polish Prime Minister, Poland is effectively coping with the crisis, while it was Donald Tusk's government that in the past made wrong decisions, including increasing the retirement age, sending 6-year-olds to schools, and taking their funds from the open pension funds. They say today that they would have coped in this crisis, which is indeed the crisis of the century. First COVID, the massive blows to jobs, to production, to entrepreneurs, to factories, and then the attack on the Belarus-Poland border, which is a provocation by Lukashenko and Putin. And then came the worst of it, which is the war in Ukraine, destabilization. The Prime Minister also referred to the current strategy of fighting the crisis. In response to the crisis, the government has already led to lowering certain VAT rates, increasing the tax-free amount, and intervening in the coal and fertilizer market. Shielding measures, all sorts of shielding measures. You may be surprised, but among these I will include the largest tax cut in the history of recent years, at least, or decades, at least the first most important threshold, reducing the VAT tax from 17% to 12%. This leaves another 15 billion zloty a year in the pockets of Polish people. In turn, the president of the National Bank of Poland, Adam Glapiński, referred to last week's statement by Donald Tusk, who announced that after the election won by the platform, Glapiński will be removed from the NBP. His words were clarified by the former head of the Ministry of National Defense in the PO-PSL government, Tomasz Siemoniak, who said that strong people would enter the central bank. I don't know why Mr. Siemoniak should wait until the elections. I invite him now. He can come with these strong people. I understand that he has permanently at his disposal some criminal group that is ready for such activities. He can come right now. Here he will also meet some strong people, not guards of course, but nurses from our NLMed, because it should be qualified as such. Siemoniak, trying to correct his statement, added fuel to the fire. Glapiński lies, saying Siemoniak was polite to say strong people will come and take the president out. Not true. In the interview for TVN24, I was kind to say that some strong people will come and convince him that he is not the president of the National Bank of Poland. The National Bank of Poland president announced yesterday that he would take legal consequences against Siemoniak. In an interview for the website niezależna.pl, he added that he is considering similar steps in relation to Donald Tusk. Yes, of course, after all, he also talked about taking me out of the bank by force. Let me remind you that I am appointed by the President of Poland, and this decision was later approved by the Sejm. I understand that, after possibly winning the election by the Civic Platform, the President will also become illegal, and that strong people will move him out? The President of the National Bank of Poland is elected for a 6-year term, and his premature dismissal is unconstitutional. Apart from personnel changes at the National Bank of Poland, the platform also calls for Poland to join the euro area quickly, as a solution that is more beneficial for the Polish economy. Converting the zloty to the euro will not solve it. It only guarantees one thing, that we will pay higher interest rates than Germany, the same as the Italians. That is why they are still in a crisis. Economists emphasize that the current global financial crisis will only worsen, all thanks to the ongoing war in Ukraine and the consequences of the coronavirus pandemic. However, the government is reassuring, thanks to decisive remedial measures, inflation in our country will be suppressed by 2024.